No, I got to lean in.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to another recap for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I am here with Jamie. I ain't gonna say one of my faves, one of y'all faves.
Wow, somebody's fave. Somebody's
Oh,
fave.
how you
That's
doing today,
crazy.
Jamie? It's always so good to see you. And you're wearing
Is it?
green.
Is
It
it?
is sometimes.
Is
You're
it?
wearing green
Green. Green for envy, just how you are of me, my life,
or
what I
green
have,
for money,
of my
which is what I
pocketbook,
also
of
am.
my pocketbook.
You have a
You
pocketbook.
you need to argue with somebody whose pocketbook is your size.
You have to have a pocketbook first. And the pocketbooks you have, sweetie, I don't think it's worth talking about. Anyway, y'all not gonna start watching me and Jamie banter. We do this all the time on the game, on the phone, and when we play traders. So we're here for another recap for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's episode 9. They showed the mid-season trailer for this season, which I'm so glad because it's not because of the content, but the fact that we know that we are halfway through. Like, my God, today it always excites me.
Cortez, you had literally 3 months off to do nothing with this, and you come back like, I'm so tired of these shows. I'm tired of this season. Wrap it up. Let's end this.
These shows are not giving. They're not giving. Like
Do you okay? So,
overall,
question:
huh?
Do you think that they just aren't giving, or do you think that last season we were so inundated with multiple things that we may have got like a little burnt out, and now we're just like, y'all, this too much. I
They
can't do
need to go back to
this.
the drawing board. A lot of these shows, with the exception of Salt Lake City, need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what the hell they're gonna do. That's
I
my
think we're at that point with a lot of the franchises. Is a lot of the cats have been there close to 10 years.
forever, right? That's what I'm
Salt Lake
saying.
City is like season 5. They're still fresh. The OGs still have stuff that they're doing, but I know we love Atlanta on this channel, but after 10 years with the same cast, like it gets stale. Nobody is that interesting for 10 years
Yeah,
straight.
like I mean,
Nobody.
honestly, a good show caps out at around season 8. I feel
Yeah,
like
with the cast. Then you got to shake it up.
you get some moments after that. I'm not saying it's not possible, but
Yeah.
it's just a sense of okay, like we've seen it before, or it's a repeat of something from the same franchise, another franchise. So it's I don't know what
Yeah.
they can do, but they got to start doing something.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, this is not a review of Bravo and their poor shows. This is a review of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we're going to talk about episode 9. Um, and we see, well, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all check out Salt Lake City tomorrow. And if you're watching Potomac, it's on Mondays. Our review for Monday is up now as well. And we'll be here again reviewing part 2 of the reunion for Salt Lake City tomorrow. I'm actually very excited for that. So, all right. So last week's episode featured Bose, and I got it right this time, Lord. Bose. Bose had a pampering type of spa day event, and it ended with Kyle storming out like she was in Amsterdam because that everyone should be ashamed of themselves because they are insinuating that she's doing something inappropriate with PK, right? So, we pick up in this week. We see Kyle. She's calling Portia. We know that Kyle is basically at home alone now. She doesn't really have anyone there with her. And they just kind of show that she's like a true empty nester now. Portia's gone and spending time with her, with Mauricio, and he also is no longer there. But she also calls and talks to Erica. And honestly, Erica's just over the conversation. Erica's just like, listen, I want y'all to figure this out. Like, I'm tired of talking to both of y'all about each other. Last week we saw Dorit come, talk to Erica and tell her that she feels like she's taking Kyle's side. And so I think Eric at this point is just like, listen, just leave me out of it. And figure it out without me. And you know what? I respect that because who wants to be in between this? Like, it has to be like Dorit and Kyle going back and forth. My God. Like,
My God, today.
So then we see a scene with Dorit and Bose. And they're going to lunch. And I thought that this would be a time that Dorit kind of, because last week she expressed that she felt like Bose was not really on her side either. So I thought maybe she was going to do that, but that really wasn't what this conversation was about unless they cut it. I mean, I don't know if it's ever going to happen at this point. But she talks to Bose about the pampering event and just basically how when Kyle was saying she didn't know about any of the things like related to divorce or separation. She says that when she opened up about what was happening in her marriage a year ago or whatever it was, Kyle was the first person, maybe almost only person that she told.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is true. I feel like we saw scenes, or I feel like they both were confiding into each other about it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was one thing that Kyle was upset with about last year. She felt like Dorit was kind of like insinuating that something was going on in her relationship, which turned out it really was. And I think that, they was having typical girl talk. Dorit was sharing her thing. So honestly, what Dorit is saying makes sense. It aligns pretty well, in my opinion. And so she talks about when they separated that she didn't know that they were getting separated and divorced. Like the day he mentioned it, it gagged her that she just didn't know that this would be something that they would be doing, although they previously expressed, that they would possibly be going down this path. And so Bose just gives her like a support talk. And one thing Bose said, I don't know if she actually was pointing at anything specifically, but she was giving her this pep talk about how, you spend all this time with a man and then they take all your time, give my years back. I want all those years back. But she said all those years pretending for you. And I was just like, do you know something that we don't know, Bose? Like,
I didn't catch that.
No, she said it. She was basically speaking as if not if she was saying like, you did all these things and all these things pretending for you, almost as if like Dorit was in a situation where she was pretending. Makes sense though, right? We heard a couple of things about the robberies, and not saying it's not true, but a couple of things happened. Her jewelry was stolen, and was stolen
twice?
Twice.
She was robbed twice in 2 days. My God.
I don't think Bose knows Dorit like that, but she did make that comment, and I noted down that she said that. So I will stop there. And any thoughts on any of that?
I completely agree with you. Erica is kind of over it, but I think also Erica is trying to take a more diplomatic approach this season after getting dragged 3 years nonstop for just how nasty she became. And I get it. She was under a lot of pressure for what she was going through. But like, that was fraud. That had been going on for a decade, and you can say all day long that you did not know a thing that was going on, but like you were in that roof, you were happily accepting all the gifts that money was buying. So like, I'm sure that weighed on your conscience, and women like Erica don't necessarily like to have a conscience. So she went from being very easily a fan favorite for her first 5 or 6 seasons she was on, and then this really hit her, and how she interacted with people on the cast during this time really soured a lot of people towards her. So I think that she's doing some damage control. She wants to stay out of it. I also think she doesn't want either of them annoying women coming and complaining to her about herself. Like, that's the last thing she wants, because Kyle and Dorit are insufferable. She just wants, I think more so, she wants to get the two of them back talking so that way they can have some sort of alliance like they've kind of had for the past 10 years. It's very, very transparent. I want to know what conversations are being had off of camera with Bazoma and Dorit, because surely we're not seeing everything for Bose to be sucking Dorit's tits the way that she's been this entire season. Like, surely Dorit must be lying through her teeth about everything that's transpired this past 10 years. Bose didn't have cable. Bose didn't have access to recaps or anything, because this is not the same Dorit that we have watched be nasty towards people for 10 years. Surely Bose does not think that's Dorit. So I'm genuinely confused as to what is transpiring. And I'm also to the point where I don't care. You like that lady. She's going to call you the N-word one day and it's going to be a wrap. So like, we all know what's going to happen.
Not the N-word.
She's going to say it or call you colored help.
Yeah. So I don't mind Bose. I don't mind her being a good ride or die friend for Dorit. I just want her to extend herself through the rest of the group. I don't feel like she does. I feel like she's clearly making herself solely Dorit's friend. And I mean, we've seen the scene with her and Garcelle, and we've seen her have an event, but I don't know. Like, I don't feel like that's gonna do well for her if she continues to latch herself onto Dorit only. Because I mean, she's gonna stay around. Dorit not gonna keep her. Now Dorit gonna keep herself around. She gonna do what she gotta do to keep her damn diamond. But that don't mean she can keep you around. You gotta
I
you,
mean,
you gotta you gotta get more acclimated within the group. I don't know.
I like Bose. I think Bose is great. I think she's doing an okay job of still trying to get to know Garcelle. Um, I'm
Barely.
not really seeing her exhibit a lot of animosity towards anybody except Kyle. Except Kyle the last two episodes. And I'm here for that. I just her comments on how Sutton is reacting with Dorit is there's just something that I'm like, lady, if you had been here the last 3 years, like this is completely warranted. So like
Exactly my point.
let's
I
take
had
a
a
little step back. Let's
Exactly. I
calm
had
down.
somebody message me today, and a friend of mine said that he felt like Sutton was a mean girl, and I'm like, I don't think so. I said you have to understand, she's only getting her licks back. I mean,
Absolutely.
and
They had
you
that
can
lady
say the way
crying
she's,
for a whole season, her first season. There was
huh?
not an episode that went by that lady was not crying about something that women were doing to her.
Yeah, yeah, like, and you can say like, this is her true core. Well, this could also be so. This could be her, but this wasn't always her. This
Yeah.
was not always her, and she's not just doing it to everybody. She's doing it to
Yeah.
people that have swung at her first, and
Yep.
she caught them in moments where they're down, and now she just, I mean, is it necessarily right? Nope. But for her and somebody that is, quite vindictive themselves and me,
Aren't you a Scorpio?
I am a Scorpio.
Yeah, that tracks. I also think, like, let's call a spade a spade. Sutton is annoying. Sutton can be insufferable.
She definitely,
Every,
I can definitely agree that she's definitely annoying. I love her, but I know that
I
she's
love her to
definitely,
death. But the
yes,
thing is, Sutton is a top tier housewife because all of the great housewives do this. They're just mean enough to where you're like, okay, like let it go. But they
yeah,
still have very real friendships, or friendships with Garcelle is very, very real. The fact is, if Sutton was a more conventionally attractive, Botoxed out,
yeah,
filler done woman,
yeah.
these viewers would live
We'll be
because she's
okay
not
for it.
doing anything different than Dorinda or Sonia or any of the old people from NYC. She's not doing anything different than Lisa Rinna did her first couple of seasons. She's not doing anything different Lisa Vanderpump ain't done. Like she is doing what every franchise top tier housewife with money does, and it's being catty. She's not being vindictive. She's not actively trying to ruin people's
No,
lives.
yeah, she's
She's
not
asking
actively.
questions. The lady is asking questions on camera, and it's all
What
of a
I'm saying is
sudden,
she's poking back.
yeah.
It's definitely some get back in there. It's okay. You going through something right now. Now it's my turn to have the gun. You
And
know.
I get, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing.
Well,
Leave that
it's
little
now
leg
it's
lady
more so
alone.
you already started, so now it's too late.
Because listen, that lady did not amass that much of a fortune simply from a divorce,
Yeah,
from being dumb,
yeah.
from being nice. Like, if I knew that lady got divorced from her husband and is getting that much money in alimony, I would leave her the hell alone because that's a lady that knows exactly to go and get what she wants.
I agree.
Erica, you're broke having a
Oh,
party at Chuck E. Cheese. Be friends with this woman
my
because
Lord,
Dorit don't have it. Dorit don't have it.
the party at Chuck E. Cheese is crazy.
I love the party at Chuck E. Cheese. That's my kind of shit.
All right. So then after that, we see a scene of Garcelle and Sutton on the phone, and so Garcelle's beach house is complete. She's gonna host all the ladies at her beach house on the beach. I don't know where they were specifically, um, but I was curious to know which beach, because I live here. Obviously, I was like, which beach was it?
You
Um,
always find a way to throw that in there. I live here. I don't
well,
know if y'all
yes,
know,
yes,
but
yes.
I
I
live
have to let
here.
everyone know
I
where
don't
I
know if you
live.
know.
Los Angeles, down the street from Beverly Hills.
Adjacent.
Yep, right down the street. And so Sutton feels like, well, so Kyle wants to meet up with Erica, Sutton, and
Garcelle.
Garcelle before they go to the beach house. And Sutton feels like it's like a moment to rally up the troops
Hmm.
on her side. That's what she says. So we fast forward to the actual scene, and initially I didn't even realize because I was watching, but I was also moving around. I thought it was just going to be Garcelle and Kyle. And so in this moment, Kyle is with Garcelle only at this moment, and she says that she talks about the last encounter at the pampering event at Bose's house, and she just talks about kind of basically being upset that she shared the text message information. She was like, I'm a friend to you. I wouldn't do that to you. And she feels like she's making it worse. And so Garcelle is like, well, honestly, I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but you have to know that the context of the text message insinuates that you were doing something that will be in the, not in the best interest of a friend. By specifically saying, I'll never repeat anything you shared with me and never will. And so, you have to know that based off what you said, which is just jokes and memes versus this is very serious. Because if you can't share this as you're saying in the message, then obviously it's not just jokes and memes. Now, was it Garcelle's place? Not necessarily, but whatever.
Right? If you tell me something, my thing is, it's like, we know how these shows work. If Garcelle had not said anything, then that would have never come out. Dorit would have seen this episode, and Dorit would have been mad at Garcelle for not telling her about that text message.
Listen,
like, this is how these things go. Garcelle said, "Nope, not me."
Garcelle
not
took
me.
Kyle's production hat 2 seasons ago.
Absolutely.
And so it's okay, Kyle. Someone else can do it because you will be doing you used to do it. So now it's okay.
And used to do it 10 times worse.
Worse, actually.
Vindictively. Garcelle was like, and I'm on Garcelle's side with this. Like, you have been my friend for almost 10 years. You have passively known my husband. Your husband is friends with my husband. I'm not mad at your husband for continuing a friendship. But regardless if you and I are not on speaking terms right now, if you were ever my friend, you should know that it is not cool to be cozying up with my ex-husband in the middle of a divorce. You can very politely say, hey, I have no problem with you, but I think for the sake of what's going on with me and Dorit, let's keep conversation and communication to a bare minimum. The way that Kyle is fighting for her right to continue to be in touch with that butter-toothed man, it's boggling my mind. Like, I've never fought to stay in touch with anybody that much in my entire life. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I concur. So Kyle starts to fumble at her mouth a little bit, as she has been all season, saying, she's known him, for 7 years, but they've never discussed anything about their relationship. She just doesn't like everyone that everyone is coming for her character. And just basically tells Garcelle, like, I get what you're trying to do, but it's not really helping the situation that we're in right now. Like, can you kind of like chill out? So Sutton and Erica show up. And they sit down, they order their little drinks and whatever they order. Before they before the waiter can even walk away with the damn notepad, Sutton asks, "Okay, so why are we here?" So Kyle begins to apologize, and when she begins to apologize, she's going on about how she apologized for leaving out and saying what she said and blah blah blah. And this is kind of heavy funny. And Sutton is like, okay, so can you explain why you're apologizing? And so then Kyle is just like, because it's like, because I said this and I did this. And she's like, okay, but why do you think you did those things? And so it's giving very much so name in part 2. Except for, Kyle didn't really react like she did in the past.
She wanted to. You could see on her face she wanted to cuss Sutton all the way out.
The more Sutton asked her questions, she started to stutter more. Because honestly, it came off to me initially, okay, I want to apologize, but I'm just apologizing. I'm giving a general apology. I'm not really, I don't want to go into detail. And it sounds like Sutton wanted a specific apology on what the hell she wanted. But Sutton was calling it. Sutton was clocking it. It was like, okay, you called us over here. Mind you, you didn't even call in the person whose house you left. The person whose house you was at, that you stormed out of, their event, blah, blah, blah. You didn't even call them at all. But you want to call these 3 women because these are the only women that that you can actually have on your side. Without there being anyone else on the side saying this, and this, right? So she says, she left and she yelled at everyone. And so, again, she wants a direct apology. Erica is in her confessional telling Sutton to kind of cut her some slack. She says that Kyle is going through so much. She's going through a divorce, just like these 2 women have gone through a divorce. She mentions Sutton going through a divorce. She mentioned she mentions Garcelle going through divorce and how she sent that email and stuff like that. So basically, cut Kyle some slack. And so Sutton is just basically trying to make a point of, listen, when I stormed out last year, or whenever I have a moment where I want to leave, you yell at me. So
beat her up.
right. Don't
Beat
try
her
to
the
hold
hell
this
up on
together.
camera.
Right, exactly. Like y'all come at me so crazy when I storm off, whether it's about pants or whatever the hell. What was it last year? It was the pants, right?
The strip show.
Yeah, the strip show. Whatever it is, they basically
And
said last
Erica
year that she's
Erica complained
almost
about
doing
that
that
for
and making a
months.
moment, storming out, getting loud. And I think her son was basically saying, like, you do it too. It's not okay for you. So if it's not okay for me to do it, you can't do it either. So I'll stop there. Any thoughts?
Sutton's fantastic for this. Sutton and Garcelle both. I've been saying since last year, the two of them, that's a genuine friendship because before every scene, after every scene, the two of them get together in key and formulate a plan on how they can make these women miserable. Um, it is less apparent than it was for the Fox Force 5. Everything they did was super produced, as we can tell with Kyle. There is a reason why she barely talks to Garcelle and Sutton. But all of a sudden, Sutton's been at every single Kyle event, every single Kyle taping. There was a reason why she didn't call Bose. Um, Sutton saw right through because this is Kyle's MO. This is what Kyle does.
Yeah.
Like Sutton said, why the hell am I having dinner at your house? We're seeing everybody tomorrow. Like, why are you just inviting the select few of us out to lunch before a big group taping event? I like that Garcelle stood her ground with Kyle, knowing I know full well her and Sutton talked before that taping. And they had their marching orders and they knew exactly what they were going to do. And Sutton stuck to the script. And y'all can say whatever you want about Sutton, but she's right when it comes to Kyle and accountability. Kyle has spent 13 seasons dodging accountability, starting mess. Did you clock that she was like, well, that's the first time that I've ever done that? And I'm like, you storm off someplace every year. You cuss somebody out. You throw things. You're crying. You're causing a scene every single year. What do you mean? I do like that Sutton didn't let her go. Didn't let her hair go. She was like, no, what specifically are you apologizing for? So that I'm clear, you're apologizing for the things that you said. What specifically did you say that you apologize? Like, keep on because Kyle doesn't know how to not deflect. And so when you ask specific questions like that, she's going to make herself look bad and she's going to make herself look stupid. I commend Erica.
Wanted her to lash out then again and storm out again.
Yeah. I was surprised she didn't. She wanted to. Erica, like, baby, you don't have to defend Kyle like every single time. Kyle's gotten away with so much shit for 13 years. Like, and it's not even the same thing of what Garcelle did. Garcelle's husband had been cheating on her for months, gallivanting that woman around their friends and their co-workers and all that stuff. If I had found out and all I do is write a letter and publish it, yeah, that's the least I can do. Not all of our husbands can get caught for embezzling millions of dollars, Erica. So like, let's sit this one out. Like, let's sit this one out.
I'm weak. Yeah, I didn't really, Erica. If I just feel like Erica, if you're gonna stay out of it, stay out of everything. Like, I know you don't like Sutton, but girl,
yeah,
let Kyle fend for her damn self. Like,
she likes to start fights. Let her finish one.
She does,
because she don't ever finish anything.
Right. So they go to the beach house on the next day, and Bose comes in, and it's funny because first thing that Bose says in her confession is that she wanted an apology. She ain't got no apology from got her event, so I'm sure that'll be the thing. But all the ladies arrive, and Dorit tells everyone a nice little daytime story of how Jagger had made a comment about them getting a divorce, and how he found out was an Instagram post. How old is Jagger?
8, 9.
How the hell did he? I mean, now don't get me wrong, kids clearly, but I mean,
Dorit be lying. Whose phone is that boy on to get Instagram?
I don't know if an 8-year-old would get on Instagram, comprehend all that personally, and I don't think nobody sent it to him either. I mean, I don't know. I know kids are very
sending Jagger news articles.
Yeah, like somebody who's sitting, like, you know how like on Instagram, there's like, I'm sure everybody has somebody right now every day sending them little posts on, sharing posts on Instagram, right? Nobody is sending Jagger daily motivational posts, and they're not sending Jagger daily posts about Dorit. Like, stop it. Like, he ain't getting chain texts. So
people ain't even searching for Dorit like that. Like, Dorit, please, girl. Please, girl.
Anyway, somehow he found out. So, then she talks about how, basically he asked her, well, are y'all still going to be friends? She was like, well, I would hope so. I would hope we will be friends. We're going to be best friends. And Sutton says, well, speaking of best friends and friendship and positivity, Garcelle said we need to get going because we're going to be late. So when everybody to come on and get in the van, let's go to the beach.
She said, well, anyway.
Well, would you look at the time?
This is nuts. We are so late.
We are so late.
This is crazy.
It's like, she said that damn Jagger. All right, y'all, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Tell me on the Sprinter van, bitch.
I don't think I would do anything like that, but I would do something like that.
That's absolutely. I can see you doing that. Like I can see you just looking at somebody and being like, okay, well, anyway, the reservation's for 7.
No, it's like, listen, now, we're late. So they get out of there. Jennifer Tilly they get to the beach house finally. Jennifer Tilly gives Garcelle a gift. It's a Dolce & Gabbana toaster. So they all get pajamas. Sutton has on their little Popeye the Sailor Man short suit with her little crab legs. They talk about her waist and her little Sutton.
I love a good high-waisted situation. Come on, Sutton.
I don't know. Honestly, I am not body shaming, but I just I would not wear shorts if I was Sutton. I would just wear, bell bottoms, things that just flowy, because I wouldn't want to show off my little push-up shape. I just wouldn't want that. And listen, this is nothing wrong with her. She is a woman of a certain age, and she's fabulous and rich. But I just would not be showing off that I am built like somebody from Despicable Me. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But she does, and we love Sutton, right?
Do we? Do you? Because damn, I love did Erica write your type today?
Huh?
Did Erica write your script today?
No. I love her though. People say that they think Dorit's story was completely made up. I agree.
Absolutely.
I think the same person that made up the whole story with the robbery made this one up too.
PK.
Allegedly. Not PK. So nothing really happened in this piece. So they get to the beach. Kyle says to Dorit, let's go chat. They go off to the side, they chat. The first thing she asks is, were we really friends? And if so, do you want to salvage the friendship? She said yes. So Dorit starts off a little strong. Dorit says, basically she says she knows that that Kyle was texting PK in a way to make him comfortable to confide into her. And Kyle is like, whoa, what do you mean you know? Like, what do you mean you know? And honestly, I really think Dorit wants Kyle to kind of own something of this because she's acting like literally almost as she really was talking about memes and jokes. You cannot show a message that says anything we talked about, I'll never share, and cannot own up to the fact that there was more shared than memes and jokes. At this point, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, I don't like Dorit, but my God, Kyle, you showed a text message and it proves everything opposite of what you're saying with just one sentence. And so basically what Dorit is trying to get her to understand is like, it's not cool to do that, but it's especially not cool to do it, to be communicating with someone's ex or whatever, regardless of our friendship, especially during a divorce or separation. Mind you, Kyle says in this moment that she did not know the state of their separation. Meanwhile, Dorit said earlier that she does. She told her. I think that Kyle is lying.
Yep.
I do. I think that Dorit may have been sharing more about the state of her relationship to Kyle, and I think Kyle may have shared bits and pieces of it. When they were having their girl talks about it. That's what I think, because Kyle gives that.
And Dorit gives that.
Yeah, and Dorit
said, I just need an ear.
Dorit has been since episode 1 of this season said, oh my God, yes, PK is an alcoholic. My God, please.
Baby. Hi, my name is Bazoma. By the way, my husband, who is a raging alcoholic, just put up with me.
Right.
My God, girl.
So we know that Dorit is going to overshare and Kyle is going to undershare or not share anything at all. So that's okay.
Dorit left those conversations. This was so good. This was really good. That's why
this friendship works.
This was work.
Dorit wants you people to listen to her. She don't care about you giving her anything.
She doesn't care about reciprocity.
Right. So basically,
that's very me coded.
Huh?
That's very me coded.
Yeah,
No, hold on now, not too much.
yeah.
Do
I'm
your
not
show,
Kyle,
girl.
but I'm Kyle coded. You know, you're street coded.
Do your show, girl.
So they decide that they want to start earning each other's trust back and get on the right path, you know, to salvage their friendship. And Kyle owns up to saying that she does feel bad for PK, but in order to be this girl's girl, she's going to have to let that go. She cannot be talking to anybody's ex or anything like that, especially if they're going through a divorce or any type of issue. Like the priority is the friend, not
Yep.
the friend's spouse, regardless of how long you've known them. If this is your friend, you need to, girl on girl, like support your friend.
Wait, what? Girl
No,
on girl.
well, not girl on girl, but girl
Hold
for girl,
on.
whatever.
That's
Listen,
Kyle's. That's Kyle's specialty.
whatever.
Oh,
Any thoughts
Lisbo.
there? Any thoughts there?
It's we have somebody that just put a comment. Curtis said Dorit actually trauma dumps on
Yeah,
Bose. I agree with that. Like, but again, it's Dorit will talk to a wall if the wall has an ear painted on it,
yeah.
and doesn't interrupt her. Um, I was on Sutton's side with this. Everybody in the history of ever knows that once Dorit starts, Dorit does not stop. And in that moment, uh, Sutton was the only one thinking, hey, Garcelle is opening up her home, has a whole thing of events planned at a scheduled time. We let this bitch talk. We will not be out of here for another 2 hours. And then I got to hear Garcelle cuss me out. Let's go get in this van. I don't like how everybody was so like shocked and acted like that conversation just could not have been picked right back up
In the car.
in the vehicle. Like, okay, Jaggy, you're lying. Jagger did not say that. But also at the beginning of the season, Sutton told Dorit, you need to sit down and have this conversation with your kids while you can control what information is out there because they are going to find out. And Dorit was like, oh no, I don't, we will never tell the children. And now you're crying because your children found out, allegedly. So, like, I don't know what to say. The girl tried to tell you. Garcelle even was like, yeah, I'm in agreement. Like, you should absolutely sit out and have, the conversation with the kids. And Dorit was like, no, no, those little
Well, let's just take a
things
step
won't
back.
know.
Erica
Like,
actually agrees that she
yes.
can protect the kids, but she won't say that.
Yeah, because Erica doesn't have two marbles in her head that won't go against Kyle or Dorit. Like she's
Yeah.
so. Don't get me started on her. How far that
Please.
she's fallen, other than looks. Don't get me started on her. So yeah, like was Sutton rude? Yeah, but at the same time, if like you've cussed me out multiple times over the years, and if I actively had told you that this was going to happen and you didn't listen to me, why am I going to sit here now and listen to you crying about how your imaginary son got imaginary news from an imaginary source? Like,
Yeah, I
this is
mean,
the first time your son probably saw you this month. He's back over there with the housekeeper. He don't know where you're at. So, like, the housekeeper probably told him. Good for her.
yeah, I didn't understand. When I heard her say it, I'm just like, Dorit. Because I'm like, wait, I'm like, how old is Jagger? I couldn't remember, but 8 years old. No, ma'am, Jagger, like I said, he's not a part of any chain text messages. He doesn't watch CNN, you know, TMZ. Like, come on, like, stop it. I don't think that he just stumbled across. And then at 8 years old, how does he know to read all of that?
Can he read?
We don't even know. 8 years old.
How? Oh, he's 10.
He's
The
10?
little girl is 8.
Oh.
He's small for 10.
Oh, well, shoot. Oh, he 10, but I changed what I said. He may know.
He may know.
He
But
may
that's
be.
also why Sutton was like, you need to talk to your children. Like, talk to your kids, girl. Talk to them, talk to them kids. But that's, I mean,
Yeah.
and I understand that she didn't want to like say anything. Like, I understand. But you are a celebrity. Both of you are high profile people. You can't go through a divorce and pretend like everything is okay while also being high profile people. Like, regardless of if your son got it from Instagram, the corner store, his school, those people at his school have parents who watch this show.
Yeah.
Like, then people talk. Then people talk. Like, you were warned and you didn't care because you were more
But
focused on
it's
yourself.
the way that production tried to highlight that one line.
Yeah.
As if he was able to be like, oh my God.
Oh my
And
God. Divorce?
like, what? Divorce?
Mother.
Like,
I'm
stop it.
vexed.
Like, stop it, please. At this rate,
Dorit,
I
please.
believe more that the people left the phone for her to call out after being robbed than I believe this story. I don't know. I'd rather believe that.
It was Garcelle's face through the story. She was just like,
Well, Garcelle wasn't there at first, remember?
Not Garcelle. Who was sitting there? Well, Sutton, we know. Even Kyle. Sorry, not Garcelle.
Yeah,
Kyle.
okay.
Kyle was just sitting there like, girl, we know you're lying. Even Erica didn't believe the story. Like nobody. Jennifer Tilly was like, oh my god, can we go? Like
Yeah,
every
like can we
day,
go
every
like buy
day's
some
with
more
this.
Louboutin, please?
Louboutin.
Louboutin.
Like nobody was sitting there concerned.
Yeah, no.
Nobody was concerned.
Yeah, no. Kudos to Sutton for being like, we gotta go, girl. Let's get out
Got
of here.
it.
All right. So just to finish off the episode, nothing really happened. They played a game and they said that, what would you
That
do?
really happened.
What would you do for $1 million? Erica says, that's not a lot of money, so nothing. I'm like, girl, for you it is.
Okay. She was like, my husband embezzled that for me in an afternoon.
Newsflash, I don't know what she has, but I'm pretty sure you don't have it now.
Ain't that. It ain't that.
Like, please, Erica. But she did say she would do it for 20 million. She said 20 million is a lot. And so then she goes on and she, nothing makes Erica more excited than like expensive things and money,
So shit she can't afford.
Like basically, like I feel like nothing. Like anytime she talks about any of Jennifer's gifts or some like people show up with like nice items, and it's like she gets so like horny, But then like
yuck,
there's never any excitement about anything until she sees or hears something that's like valuable.
It's one of those things. Erica confuses me because there are times that she talks very candidly about being broke as a joke. And then there's other times where everybody in the room knows she's broke except Erica. Like, girl, it's $1 million. Like, yeah, you would do some strange for $1 million.
You can definitely furnish
I'm
that
never
place.
rich enough to take $1 million and a lot of money. What wouldn't I do for $1 million? Let's start there because that list is a lot shorter than what would I do.
Well, we won't go there.
I would and could beat your ass for $1 million.
Oh. Okay, well, I like to see that happen.
We'll see that.
I would like to see that happen.
It's going to be on the next lean trip.
You know what? Let's take it to Zeus. Let's take it to Zeus.
I'm only Lifetime and above. That's the projects I signed on for. Lifetime and above.
I think you give more WeTV.
You are such an Oxygen TV bitch.
The CW.
You want to be me so bad.
But yeah, after that, they talk a little about Erica never being in love, but then they talk about everyone being in love. Jennifer Tilly says she's been in love before, and she's so happy for her, previous husband because of him, she's wealthy and rich.
Baby, rich.
Right. And so
rich.
That's on that. So we got the mid-season trailer. It looks like, no shade, Sutton is going to be carrying the rest of the season. Tell somebody, she don't think that she is better, but her bank account is, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, who do you think she's talking about? Dorit?
It was Dorit, because she said you need to talk to some, or you're mad at somebody, pick on somebody your own size or something. And Erica says, do you think you're bigger than her? And she says, my bank account is. And I said, absolutely. Absolutely. Throw that big dick checkbook on the counter and leave it there.
She didn't call the lady a bitch in her house. And Bose is like, you can't bitch in my house. That's fighting words.
I'm like, Bose.
I'm like, girl.
You and your Amy Winehouse beehive need to go somewhere. I will say.
It do give Amy Winehouse.
I enjoy Bose's commitment to wearing every wig that she owns all at once.
Girl.
Like, it's a 3-4 piece situation. I've seen drag queens with less hair. So kudos. Kudos, queen.
Get off of Bose's big wigs, okay?
Baby, she loves to layer her bundles. Good for her, but it's so huge. I know that neck hurt.
Her hair reminds me of Portia's mom. Portia's mom hair.
Miss Diane. Just long for no reason.
Just long and just be big. Just all over thing on the head.
Absolutely.
She's a fabulous woman, though. All right, so we get, like I said, we'll talk about. I guess we're episode 9, so we're halfway through. We'll see more of Sutton. It looks like it's really gonna be Sutton versus Dorit the rest of the season. So Dorit could possibly, Sutton could be coming into her, her villain era. I don't know, but I don't mind seeing it because listen, at this rate, do it. Why not?
Are you a villain if all you're speaking is truth?
True,
like that lady ain't lied about anything.
Some people like Erica, leave him alone. They're going through things. Okay, well.
Sorry, my life's not miserable. I don't know what to tell you, girl.
Yeah. All right, let's get these callers on right now, and then we're going to get out of here. We got 2 callers, and our first caller is going to be Lisa. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Lisa, you sleep, girl? Hello? Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Oh, you muted. Hold on. Yeah, I'm unmute yourself because I can't unmute you because you muted yourself.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, how y'all doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, baby. Let me say something like this. Now I'm gonna tell y'all when they were sitting down in that dinner. Now you know I cannot stand them heifers, Sutton or Garcia, but they did clock it, and I was like, right on, Sutton, get a Sutton, get Kyle, and I was right there for it. And then she turned back around. She made me mad when she was talking about her kids. And I'm sitting down talking about my kids. Bitch, you gonna listen, Rich. Okay. Because I listen to you. You talk about your mess. Okay. Yeah, y'all gonna be late. She ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But And I get tired. And that's not the first time she done something like that neither. When somebody's speaking on something. And I don't care. It might not be God. She ain't gonna never do it to Garcia, but I don't see her do it to Erica. I don't see her do it to Kyle and other people who be on the show. She'll go talk about herself. You know what I'm saying? Diana said the same. You remember Diana was saying, "Well, I just had a miscarriage," and she goes talking about herself. It seems like she don't got no sympathy for nobody but her darn self and Garcia. That's how I feel about it. Now, other than that, I really don't care. If this is like a little boring, this was boring to me. I don't care about Kyle and Dorit making up because I got a feeling Kyle still gonna text PK and all that other stuff. They still gonna text one another and all that other stuff. And most about it, I'd be glad if this season be over because I don't want to see Sutton. So that's it. You always come there, people back your bank account. I mean, I guess they're gonna be into it for the rest of the season. I don't know, but y'all know I don't. I was right there with Sutton and Garcia when they were sitting down talking to Kyle. I was right there with them. Said, "Yeah, get her." I said, "Get her tail because she always starting stuff. She always starting stuff now." But you think nobody else supposed to get on your tail when you did something. So for me, hey, bye. You got what you deserve. Yes, that's mostly it, y'all. And yes, y'all need to make a pay-per-view fight.
I'm weak. I had to mute you, Lisa, because it was an echo. But I'm a thank you for calling it. Okay, I'm gonna let the next caller on. We would not have a pay-per-view fight, by the way. I would. Oh, sorry, I had to unmute him too. There we go.
Oh, sorry. We are not having a pay-per-view fight, Lisa. Although you know what would go down. Like I mop the floor with Cortez. I'd mop I'd mop the floor. And the girl, let's put it in the comments. Let's have a vote.
I'd like to see that happen. All right, our next caller is going to be Denisio. Hey, Denisio.
Hey, Fave.
Hey, Fave.
Who is this person? Is this Taylor Swift?
You know it is. You know it is.
Are you a Swiftie?
Please don't act pretend, Cortez.
Is he a Swiftie?
Yes. The Swiftie.
I don't think I knew that.
Swiftie.
Like, not for real.
The Swiftie.
Is this the photo you chose to represent being a Swiftie?
Whatever. Anyway.
Don't piss him off right now, Cortez. This man is trying to have a conversation about the show.
How you doing? What you got for us today?
Don't let him gaslight you, Denisio. Don't let him. You know
Because
she's good for it.
y'all always come for Taylor, and I'm gonna let y'all have it today. You
I
know
don't. I don't
what?
even think about her. I just saw this photo right here, and I was like, oh. But yes, how you feel
Okay.
about Beverly Hills?
Okay. Jamie, you are going to hell saying Amy Winehouser. You are going down because
Tears dry on their own. My God.
that was the best description though. You was spot on because I am sick of that hair. I am sick of that yakking. I am sick of that yakking. For real, I'm tired of it. And didn't like that blue eyeshadow either, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, that's got like a blue ass shot in there.
So, okay, I want to say that this is the sudden that I have been waiting on for the past couple of years. Sudden is full on holding the girls accountable. She ain't stumbling over her words. Sudden is like, I don't know if she did if she went and took some, what is it called, the gummies, ashwagandha or whatever.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Sudden would have took some of them, honey, or what. But baby, she is on point because I love how when she got to that dinner, she sat down. She said, why are we here? Like in the words of Ninja League, what else is going on? Let's skip the chit chat. Let's skip stuff. Just say what we doing here. And I love how she called Kyle out for always yelling at Sutton and getting on the Sutton for storming off and leaving. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, Sutton, yes. And I'm
Get her
glad
again.
that Garcelle is tagging her as well. Because, girl, you know that text. Come on now, Kyle. I understand you like to play pretend, but let's be for real for one moment. That ain't right. Stop texting that like you weren't friends with BK before you met Dorit. That ain't
Mm.
no. Be for real. Come on now. And you not Mo. And Mo hell don't even like Mo like you. So that ain't an excuse either. Like you're wrong. You are dead wrong, and you have changed the story up several times. Thank you to production for showing those flashbacks. But overall, I'm tired of Kyle and Dorit. We need to wrap it up. Like I hope after that conversation on the beach, it's over with and it's done because at the end of the day, they don't want to be friends no more. Let's move on because the Regis finding any reason to be mad at Kyle, and Kyle still doesn't have the emotional intelligence to just tell Dorit what the real issue is. And the real issue is because she took Kathy's side over hers, or at least that's how Kyle
Yep.
felt. It's really that simple, and they're making it so much bigger than what it has to be. But of course, Kyle, that's typical Kyle, that she's gonna make it bigger to avoid just telling the truth even though that's what she preaches all the time. Let's be honest, but she can't be honest to save her damn life. It kills me. And the fact that Kyle got on the after show saying that Garcelle should show her life. Kyle, you may have shown your life, but it wasn't your life. You showed other people's lives that are in your
Mm.
life, not
Mm.
yours, sweetie. This is the first time. Last year was the first time in almost a decade that you have actually showed your life like this directly affecting you and not somebody else. So, girl, hang that up. And as far as Dorit goes, I'm sick of her too. I cannot let her go next season. A whole season of Dorit is not what's hot. This is not Erica Jane. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't. No, a whole season of Dorit and her problems is driving me insane. And I'm proud of Sutton too for sticking it to Dorit every chance she get because Sutton tried to help her dumbass at the beginning of the season, defending her against Kyle, and she is trying to reprimand Sutton. So you know what? I'm like saying, you know what? Since that's how you want to be, now it's game on because really I've been sparing you because you really been kind of coming for me for the past couple of seasons, but I've been trying
Yep.
to gloss it over. And like I said, she tried to have her back at the dinner when they was in Oceanside, when they was on the Sprinter van, and suddenly got yelled at for trying to tell Dorit that her so-called friends were right over in the corner talking about you, girl. But yet she
Yep.
yelled at Sutton. It just like Sutton said, baby, pick up somebody whose pockets match yours because mine don't match yours, baby girl. It don't. Have a seat. Have a seat, Miss Dory, with her cigarette.
With your cigarette.
And I don't like and to end it off, I ain't really here for Bowles. I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna be, but she too far up Dory butt for me. I can't.
That's fair.
I can't.
I see mixed reviews and mixed reactions to her. Some people like her, some people don't. I don't dislike her. I just with
I mean,
you.
I like the fact that she's clocking Kyle, and that just goes to show how fake Kyle
I'm
is
so
because
conflicted.
every new girl that comes on, because it was the same with Garcelle when Garcelle first came on. They
Yeah.
saw right through Kyle. That's the only thing that I can give Bose props for, because other than that, baby, Dorit, girl, go back and watch last season and the season before that, and I think she'll back off of Dorit real quick.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Okay, Demisio.
All
Bye,
right, good seeing
Demisio.
you guys.
You gonna watch Salt Lake City tomorrow?
Yes,
Well,
I am.
tonight, but our review tomorrow. Sorry,
Oh
it's
well,
on. It's actually on right now. So I guess
it'll be tomorrow for me because I got Peacock, so it don't come on to the next day.
saying I don't like watching the same day anyway.
I'm gonna
But
fast forward to those commercials.
Peacock give you the uncensored version anyway, so Peacock it is.
That's exactly why I watch it on Peacock. I can't do commercials.
Exactly. All right, thank you. All right, Demisio, have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Demisio.
That was Demisio and Lisa calling in. Quick comment from Rena. Bowles is going to be disappointed when she realizes Dorit used her. I don't know if she'll ever realize that. If she does, if Bowles is even still around for that, I mean, these days, these housewives ain't making it past one season.
I think Bose will be. Bose as a
I don't
housewife
mind that.
is
I
a
don't
great
mind her.
addition.
Huh?
I think she's a great addition. She's a
Yeah.
fantastic. It's the thing that's disappointing is, I mean, we watched the after show. Obviously, and the after show is taped after the season has done wrapping. So ain't nothing changed over in Bose land. Dorit posted on
Yeah.
Instagram a couple of days ago at a party for Bose. And
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the other Beverly Hills housewives are there at Bose's birthday, but Dorit only posts herself with Bose. And then at the end was like, special thanks to, and it was like a sponsorship. I was like, oh girl, if you don't get off of this. And also Bose's wig was long. It was
Bose's wigs is not, her wigs are never gonna change, sweetie. Get off of her wigs, okay? She gonna always look like Amy Winehouse slash Elvira slash
Maybe that's girl with the
Mara
car.
Simpson. She gonna always have big hair.
Yeah. And I love it. What
Um,
I do love is, I don't know if you guys noticed, progressively as the season has gone by, Bose's eyelashes have also gotten bigger. Like at that beach, like one of the eyelashes was covering her eye, and she was just kind of looking like, well, I'm like, Bose, like we need to scale it back a little bit.
I didn't even see. I wasn't looking at her eyelashes, no shade, so I wouldn't even know. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Not you not looking at her.
I was not looking at him, baby. Okay, well, listen, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for
Yes.
watching tonight. We'll be here tomorrow for Salt Lake City, part 2 of the reunion. And thank y'all for watching. Amanda, Rena, wrong mouse, child, wrong mouse. Curtis, Art World, Samara, original YouTube. Who else was in here today? Morgan was in here. I about to say Deline. That's me, clearly. Priya was in here. If you're watching today, thank you for watching. Continue to watch us, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. All right. You have a good night. Peace, peace, peace.